Okay, my Aquarians, welcome back to Pulse of the Cosmos. I am your astrologer, Emily, and today we are going to be taking a look at the upcoming astrology surrounding this new moon happening in Taurus tomorrow, Wednesday, April 22nd of 2020. So for my Aquarians out there, this new moon is going to be happening in your fourth house with Uranus there to join the party. So we can expect sudden shifts and sudden changes in your home environment. This might involve you having to make a move, but also a sudden shift and a sudden change and a sudden maybe upset in some of the deeper, more emotional inner structures of who you are, kind of a shake to some of your emotional foundations, a shake to some of your psychological foundations throughout this experience. But what's going to be so important throughout all of this for you is that you're creating new, more aligned foundations as you go. If there's a move that comes up or something emotional that comes up that brings out a certain response in you, really pay attention to that and really look to find the creative solutions and the creative positives throughout all of this. We're having a lot of loss. We do have, Uranus and Taurus rules things such as our physical worth and our materials and our possessions and what we own and our values, also our self-worth and our self-value. But there is this shift and this kind of loss of a financial aspect within all of us right now. We're being forced to be creative about the solutions we find for ourselves throughout all of this. The whole collective is throughout this period. And with Saturn squaring over all of this loosely, Saturn's in your sign over there in the first house. So you're feeling some blockages over who am I, almost over this question of especially after going through all of this 12th house stuff these past couple of years with all this karmic clear out and purging and kind of getting all of these old things out of your life and ending all of these old cycles. Well, now it's at a point where you're going to be able to create a whole new identity for yourself, but Saturn's making it hard for you to see the avenues to do that, to see what's in alignment. And you may be holding on to some of these old emotional structures and some of these old psychological structures that are no longer of service to you and they're no longer of value to you. And maybe something that you need to let go of and work to make this this new moon an opportunity to tune into creating a new form around some more secure foundations that are of more alignment to you. And this could even be in, like I said, a change of residence. You never know with Uranus in the fourth house with this new moon, it could involve a move like that or a sudden change in family circumstance. But it also brings an opportunity as well. It's a great time to get closer to your family around you and to get to know kind of your family on a deeper, more intimate level. So really kind of engage with that opportunity throughout all of this as well. I'm going to pull from the cards for you guys, see what's going on there. Okay. Okay, the first two cards we pulled, we got the Seven of Cups crossed by the Fool. So there are options throughout some of these things crumbling, right? The Seven of Cups looks up and sees kind of like these options and these things and these materials out there and available to him, sees the abundance. So don't be fooled by the deception of Pluto through all of this and making it seem like you're trapped into an area where you have no escape and no options and no creative solutions to get through some of these changes, okay? They're there for you, but there's some fear behind starting a new journey. There's a new direction that you have to go in to reap in some of this. There's a new start to something. There's a new cycle that you have to start on that it seems like you're a little bit scared to start at this point. But I think in your gut and in your intuition, I'm getting that my Aquarians know what that is. They know what the shift is, and they have ascertained kind of an understanding, an intellectual understanding of what's coming, and an intellectual understanding as well, I think, for a lot of my Aquarians, that what's on the other side might be better for them throughout all of this, but there's still that fear of that wanting to hold on emotionally to these things. And there can be this disconnect between intellectually knowing something but emotionally feeling some way. I have a lot of Aquarius in my chart, and I get annoyed with that, where I'll be like, well, I know this emotion, I have to pay attention to it, but intellectually I'll be in another place. Sometimes you just have to bring those to an alignment together and do some conscious meditation to get there, because the next card we pulled is the Nine of Pentacles. So this is a very independent card. So you might be having to step into a new adventure alone, my Aquarians. You might be stepping into a new adventure alone, but stepping into a place where you can build abundance for yourself, and where you can have a new understanding of your worth and your value within that, and create an identity for yourself separate from maybe any attachments that you've had to other things that you've externalized your identity to in the past. Some of you are having trouble, and you're mourning these losses, and it's okay to pause and mourn and look at what's spilled over, and look at these three cups that we've lost, these three cups of emotion that are just spilling out. But know that behind this are these two full cups, to turn away from and manifest with. And it may be starting from scratch, and it may be starting from a lower place than you're used to, and it may involve sacrifices, and it may not be coming from the most comfortable place, but the light is on the other side of that. We're all having to get creative about how we work through this right now, and have faith in your experience and in the wisdom that you've gained over these past few years, my Aquarians, especially going through all these 12th house transits. You've ascertained a level of experience where now you get to move forward into new paths, and into new directions, and into new destinies that are of more alignment to what's truly authentic to you. Trust in the experience you've gained, trust in your wisdom, trust in your gut and what your intuition and what direction it's trying to push you in right now. And also, if you're struggling, feeling like you don't know the direction, and you don't know what to do, and you're feeling overwhelmed, and there's a lot going on, call on your spirit guides. Call on your spirit guides. Ask for some clarity. Ask for some assistance. Ask for some help and direction. Call on your higher self. Ask for these things from the universe, and watch the synchronicities, and watch the signs, and watch the symbols start showing up in your life that are helping you and supporting you and guiding you throughout this process. And be very careful about what kind of emotional imprint you're putting onto the tone of this next cycle. Again, find the creative positives, find the silver linings. Let's build from foundations that are more of alignment to your values anyways now, Aquarius. In any case, I love you guys. I love you all so, so much. I hope you're doing well out there, and I will be back next week with the weekly horoscopes for you guys.